Hey, welcome back to this horrible, horrible place. The second secret swamp that is so much worse than the first swamp it was hidden under. It's poisonous! As expected from FromSoft. It's filled with giant aggressive slugs. Horrible infected Capra demons? Called Brew? And an invader covenant that comes in to try and kill you. Or do that, I suppose. Hey! Lucky you all not having to listen to my whining and complaining about this place, like I was during the actual recording. Because this place sucks. I have already gone through this area a touch. A few episodes back when I summoned TheTrulyCrazeDaz to help against Yellowfinger Hazel when I got confused by the invasion sound effect. I've grabbed a number of items already, including the Estus shard, so let's just skip past this real fast. A new challenger approaches! Surprise, asshole! Dark Wraiths are difficult to fight because they have so much poise. They very rarely flinch, especially when they're doing attacks where they get super armor. And they can also grab you and absorb HP from you. It's rough. It's very rough, especially when you're poisoned like I am. They're abyssal enemies, like in service of the Abyss, which is why they're attacking Farren Keep, home of the Abyss Watchers. So that's something to look out for. Something else to note about the Dark Wraiths is that if something enters its aggro range and it's not Dark Wraith, they will attack it. Case in point, a slug enters its aggro range and runs off to fight that for a bit. Like a freak. Stop trying for backstab, stupid! I believe the Dark Sword is particularly good in the meta game. Meta? Or whatever. I don't know. The people I've watched mention it. The Sage's Coal is for weapon upgrades, infusing it with magic abilities. Not particularly useful for me right now. Oh yeah, that horrible sack that doesn't seem to do anything. How disconcerting it is. There's the island with that horrible jumping one that killed me the last time. That was lovely. Which is why I choose to be poisoned instead. Jeez, this is rough. Having a script and voiceover video that I've already talked over, it's pretty rough to keep the energy up. And all these images and clips I get the urge to add to illustrate my points, very time consuming. And this program I'm using, it's struggling to keep going. It gets very choppy and it's hard to see what's happening. That is an elder grue. They are big and imposing. They carry around an uprooted tree that they use as a magical staff to fire homing missiles at you. And they're pretty relentless with their attacks. But they do take a fair amount of damage from physical attacks and don't have a lot of health. So as long as you keep the pressure up, you can kill them easy enough. Guess who's back? That's right, it's Yellowfinger Hazel. The one that I summoned the Crazy Days for. I mean, presumably, she's somewhere. I have no idea where. Because I die before I see her. And that guy startled me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. I decided to put on the spider shield because it has poison resistance on it, but doesn't actually increase your poison resistance to environmental effects, just attacks that hit the shield. It reduces the amount of poison buildup from those. Also, it's like FromSoftware now their way to make the possibly final Dark Souls Poison Hell area the worst of them all, because guess what else is here? That's right, basilisks, with their instant kill curse status effect mist, in an area that's hard to move around in. Man, this place is ugly. I mean, it's supposed to be, but... Man, it's ugly. Kinda puts one in mind of Avengers Endgame, with how ugly it is. Hurdy-durdy-dur. There comes a point where you just heal and let the poison run its course. It's faster, more cost efficient. I think these stairs lead up to the third and final fire I have to put out. But I didn't go up them at this time because I was too focused on following the wall. I believe that this is where Hazel invades at, where she shows up. You can also summon her near the Keep Ruins bonfire and get the proper bow gesture, but that requires giving a pale tongue to Rosaria. Also, I just got the Golden Scroll, one of the 4 scrolls that you can give to Orbeck to keep him in Firelink. Strangely, another of the scrolls is also in this swamp. It is a strange decision to make. Very odd. This little cylindrical building is just packed with slugs. Look at it. Disgusting. And here's the exit to this horrible cesspit. Just need to extinguish one more fire, and that door will open. This item is for progressing in the Watchdogs of Farren Covenant. It's up that ladder that we just passed. And that right there is some Estus soup. Soup. And I don't know what this guy's whole message means, but I didn't like it. Sounds misogynistic. And transphobic. So take that, miscellaneous guy. This is the Old Wolf of Farren, the leader of the Watchdogs of Farren Covenant. It's not dead, just sleeping, I guess. But it looks really dead. It looks real dead. I don't know who this wolf is. It's not Sif. Rest her soul, who we killed. We killed her, so rest her soul. I don't know who this is. You give him wolf's blood swordgrass, like the one that we found outside, but you need a lot to get anything out of this. The proper way to progress is by obtaining the swordgrass by equipping the Covenant item and then being summoned, auto-summoned into other players' worlds. People who have entered one of the two swamps, and then you kill them, and then you get swordgrass. You can also farm them from the Grooves, but that's a rare drop. It's the Stray Demon! At first I tried to no power there, and then I decided, the bonfire's right here. I might as well fight it. This is technically a boss. You get a boss soul from it, even though no fog gate comes up. The Stray Demon is basically identical to the first boss of the first Dark Souls, another Stray Demon. But this one appears to be decayed or petrified. The description of its soul says that it's lost its flame in comparison to the one that we fought earlier with Siegvard, which didn't have a soul? I don't know. It also says that it was the gatekeeper of Lothar, which is why it's here on this bridge. Similar to how the first stray demon was the warden of the undead prison that you started in Dark Souls. It's a real basic boss. It swings its hammer around, flies up and tries to land on you if you're behind it too long. If you're too far away from it for too long, it will spit a stream of boulders at you. And it has a command grab that does about just under my max health, as you can see. If you're unlucky, he might actually throw you off the bridge, and that will definitely kill you. You can also break its legs and riposte its head, but then it needs to crawl around, which changes its moveset, and honestly, it's easy enough as it is. So why bother? Oh, look at this poor guy. He made all this way and they wouldn't let him through the gate. Let's go around and see him. Convenient that there's all these random outcroppings along the wall to allow us to walk to this crumbled bit. I think this is a really cool part, showing the interconnectedness of the world. Just past here, past the dragon and the 3 crystal lizards, there's another one behind us, is where we were originally dropped off by the gargoyles after defeating Vort, that leads into the undead settlement, and where all the other dead pilgrims are. It's just really cool that everything wraps around and connects to itself. Lightning spears are Gwyn's signature ability. I don't have the faith to use it yet, but I'll probably get it eventually. Look at all these sneaky guys that sprang up. That's a well-designed trap for the player. Have an enemy that you desperately want to kill, a time-sensitive enemy that runs away, and then have just a bunch of enemies that pop up behind you. They're not difficult enemies per se, but it's still dangerous enough. Especially for me with my limited amount of healing remaining. This is about when I realize exactly where I am, how the world has circled around to link up with itself. And here I go, running, trying to get a closer look. Nearly dying and running out of Estus. There's a lot of crystal lizards around here, for some reason. It's very strange. There's the last fire I need to put out, as signified by that chimney that's still lit. But first, this little bit of oddness. I don't quite get this illusory door, because it just goes here, a place I've already been. It's a little strange. But hey, that guy was chasing his dreams. His dreams of climbing out that window, I guess. Anyways, it's time for a suicide run. So back on goes the Ring of Sacrifice. And off we go. Like I said before, these guys aren't really that dangerous. Especially this one, because there's a lot of environmental hazards around that he can take damage from. Just need to keep your cool, keep your head. Which I will not be doing for the second one. As I run like a chicken with its head cut off. Where is it? Come on. I know it's here. There you are. You sneaky bastard. There's the homing missiles that it fires out. But luckily, I am invincible while I'm doing this. And with that, the way forward is opened, and we can go... What? That is certainly a design for that door. But it's open now, and we can head on to the Abyss Watchers. And more Dark Wraiths. And Grues. Dark Wraiths and Grues, who don't like each other. dead yet. Still running. Grab the items. Go back to running. No healing. Just running. They are very aggressive, though. They do not give up. At least I wasted his time and died to the slugs.